Hey everyone. So now we're going to go over the product rule for derivatives. Okay, so this is actually what algebraically defines a derivative operator, okay, which basically means that any derivative that you do ever in your life will always have this rule, okay? Doesn't matter if it's a completely different looking derivative, it will always do this. Other rules might not be the same, but this will always happen, okay? So a product rule. The product rule is this. So in one dimension, if you take the derivative with respect to x of a product of two functions, then you get the first function times the derivative of the second plus the derivative of the first function times the second. Okay? So just a note, if you haven't seen this before, this is the prime notation of derivative, okay? And this is what you use when you have functions of only one variable. You assume that the prime means you're taking the derivative with respect to that variable. So this means dx of whatever function, okay? So there's a reason why I'm doing it in this order. Sometimes you'll see it's f prime of g times f times g plus f times g prime, but the reason I like to do it in this order is so you remember the order for quotient rule, which we'll go over later in another video. And also, I told you that product rule works for any derivative, okay? That's only true if you keep the order of the two terms correct, and that's why I wrote it in this form. Sometimes you can flip them, but if you're watching this video and you already know product rule for one-dimensional derivatives, now this is very important for further derivatives. Okay, so how do we kind of carry this out? Well, why don't we try one that we already know? This one. Okay, so we've done this using the limit. We've done this using power rule, and now we can do it with product rule. So we know the answer, but we'll work towards it. We know that x squared is really just x times x. Okay, so now we have two functions of x. This one and this one. Okay, so let's just take some derivatives. So it's the first one times the derivative of the second. So we get the first one times the derivative of the second, which is 1, plus the second one on the right times the derivative of the first. Okay, well, we know what that gets us. That gets us 2x.